In the blazing desert of Giza, Egypt, three colossal structures stand defying time itself: the Great Pyramids. And among them, one towers above all: the Great Pyramid of Khufu. For over 4,500 years, it has stood against sandstorms, earthquakes, and wars. And yet, we still don't fully understand how it was built. It's one of humanity's oldest and greatest mysteries. How did people thousands of years ago, with no cranes, no steel, no modern machines, create a structure so perfect that even NASA engineers call it impossible to replicate today? This is the story of a monument that shouldn't exist, a riddle carved in stone, a question that's haunted historians, engineers, and dreamers for centuries. Did the ancient Egyptians know something we don't? Picture this. The year's around 2560 BCE. A young pharaoh named Khufu decides to build his eternal resting place. But not just a tomb, a monument so massive that it would touch the sky and outlast time itself. The result? A pyramid made of 2.3 million limestone and granite blocks, each weighing between 2 and 80 tons. Some blocks are so huge that modern cranes today would struggle to lift them. And yet, these stones are aligned with such precision that you can't even slide a sheet of paper between them. The base is perfectly level, with less than an inch of error across 13 acres. Each side aligns almost exactly with the four cardinal directions: north, south, east, and west, with an accuracy of less than 1/15 of a degree. Now, here's where it gets even stranger. When measured, the Great Pyramid's perimeter is a near-perfect mathematical reflection of the Earth itself. If you multiply the height of the pyramid by 43,200, you get the polar radius of Earth. If you multiply the base perimeter by the same number, you get the equatorial circumference. Coincidence? Maybe. But how could people living 4,500 years ago possibly know the shape of the planet with that kind of mathematical precision? Mainstream Egyptologists have their explanation. They say it was built with copper chisels, wooden sleds, and tens of thousands of workers dragging stones up long ramps. But here's the problem. Copper is soft. It bends when it hits granite. And some of the stones inside the king's chamber are solid granite, the same hardness as quartz. To cut and shape granite even today, we use diamond-tipped saws and laser precision tools. So how did ancient workers carve out those blocks so smoothly by hand? Egyptologists say they use sand abrasion, rubbing sand and water to grind stone. Possible, sure, but could that create perfectly symmetrical granite boxes with mirror-smooth interiors, like the ones found in the Serapeum of Saqqara? Each box weighs over 70 tons, carved from single pieces of stone. Their corners are sharper than machine-cut steel angles. So again, what kind of tools were they really using? Say, some researchers believe the answer lies not in tools, but knowledge. Knowledge we've lost. Ancient Egypt was obsessed with the stars. The layout of the three pyramids at Giza perfectly mirrors the three stars in Orion's belt. Even the shafts inside the Great Pyramid align precisely with key stars: Sirius, Orion, and Thuban, that were sacred to the Egyptians. What if the pyramid wasn't just a tomb, but something more, something scientific, something energetic? Author Christopher Dunn proposed the idea that the Great Pyramid was not a burial chamber, but an ancient power plant. He studied the internal structure and found resonant chambers and tunnels that could amplify sound vibrations, like an enormous musical instrument. Some believe the pyramid harnessed vibrational or electromagnetic energy, possibly using the Earth's own natural frequencies. It sounds unbelievable, but even mainstream physicists agree that quartz, the same mineral found in the pyramid's granite, generates electricity when compressed. It's called the piezoelectric effect. So, could the Great Pyramid have been more than just a tomb? Could it have been a massive, ancient machine? And then, of course, comes the most controversial theory of all, that the Great Pyramid, and maybe many ancient wonders, were built with help from otherworldly beings. It sounds crazy, until you realize how many ancient civilizations speak of gods descending from the sky. The Sumerians called them the Anunnaki. The Egyptians called them the star beings of Sirius and Orion. Hieroglyphs found in the Temple of Abydos appear to show what look like helicopters, submarines, and even aircraft. Coincidence or artistic imagination? Or were the Egyptians recording something they actually saw? Even more mysterious, the top of the Great Pyramid was once capped with a golden tip called a pyramidion, said to channel energy from the heavens. No one knows where it went. No one knows what it really did. Was it symbolic? or functional. But maybe, just maybe, we don't need aliens or lost tech to explain it. Maybe we just need to give the ancient Egyptians more credit. They had time, they had manpower, they had faith, they had generations of skilled artisans who passed down techniques we can't imagine today. Modern experiments show that with enough coordination, simple tools can move huge stones, using sand, levers, and clever physics. Some experts believe the blocks were lifted using internal ramps, a spiral path built inside the pyramid itself. That would explain how construction could continue upward without external ramps miles long. If true, it would make the Great Pyramid not just a tomb, but the most brilliant engineering puzzle ever solved by human minds. Even today, the pyramid keeps its secrets. In 2017, scientists used muon tomography, a kind of cosmic X-ray, to scan the structure. What they found shocked everyone. Above the Grand Gallery, they detected a hidden void, a massive, unexplored chamber the size of a passenger plane. No one knows what's inside. No one can reach it. Is it an unfinished space, a hidden tomb, or something deliberately sealed for eternity? And here's the eerie part. The ancient Egyptians believed that knowledge of the gods was buried deep within the pyramid, to be discovered only when humanity was ready. So maybe that time is still ahead of us. Researchers have also noticed strange energy readings inside the pyramid. In 2018, physicists at ITMO University in Russia discovered that the Great Pyramid naturally focuses electromagnetic energy into its internal chambers, not by design, but by its geometry. The pyramid shape itself acts like an antenna, concentrating waves at specific frequencies. Sound familiar? It's exactly what ancient power plant theorists have been saying for decades. Coincidence? Or were the ancient builders working with principles of physics they understood intuitively, through sound, vibration, and geometry? Here's another mystery. Pyramids aren't unique to Egypt. They appear all over the world. In Mexico, China, Indonesia, Bosnia, even underwater near Japan. How did cultures, separated by oceans and thousands of years, all build the same shape, with similar alignments to the stars? Did ancient civilizations once share a global knowledge network, now lost to history? Or did they all just look to the sky and see the same inspiration? Either way, the pyramid shape seems to represent something universal: power, energy, eternity. Maybe the ancient Egyptians weren't trying to reach the heavens. Maybe they were trying to capture them. Of course, with great mystery comes fear. When archaeologists first entered sealed chambers in the 19th century, several fell ill or died soon after. It became known as the Curse of the Pharaohs. Some scientists later blamed bacteria or toxic gases, but for the public, the legend stuck. That disturbing ancient secrets brings bad luck. Hidden messages, strange symbols, and coded hieroglyphs inside the pyramid seem to hint at deeper meaning. Mathematical constants like pi and phi, the golden ratio, are found in the proportions of its design. Could the pyramid be a monument to knowledge itself? A message left for the future? Maybe the Great Pyramid wasn't meant to hide death. Maybe it was meant to preserve truth. So, what are we left with? A monument aligned with the stars. A structure so precise that modern architects still debate its blueprints. A design that channels energy, hides chambers, and encodes the Earth's geometry. Whether it was built by human hands, guided by divine inspiration, or powered by knowledge we've long forgotten, the Great Pyramid remains the ultimate symbol of mystery. It whispers across time, "We were here. We knew more than you think, and maybe it's not done revealing its secrets yet." Stand before the Great Pyramid at sunset. The stones glowing orange, the air thick with silence. It doesn't feel ancient. It feels alive, as if it's still humming with the energy of those who built it. Tourists see a monument, but researchers see a challenge. A message from the past saying, "Understand us if you can. We can measure it, scan it, model it, but what we can't recreate is the spirit behind it. The unity, purpose, the sheer will of thousands of humans working for something greater than themselves." Maybe that's the real mystery. Not how they built it, but why. Every generation rediscovers the Great Pyramid and asks the same thing. Was it magic, science, or faith? And yet, the pyramid never answers. It just stands, patient, unbroken, eternal. So maybe the Great Pyramid isn't meant to give us answers. Maybe it's meant to remind us that some mysteries exist to keep us searching. And that is the mystery of the Great Pyramid of Giza, a monument that connects heaven and earth, science and faith, humans and the unknown. What do you think? Was it the brilliance of human engineering or the echo of a lost civilization? Tell me your theory in the comments, because this mystery, after 4,500 years, is still alive. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the world's oldest enigmas, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more ancient mysteries, and tap the bell icon so you never miss the next chapter in history's greatest puzzles, because the past isn't dead. It's waiting for us to uncover it.